Hey y'all, hey, it's Coach Kelly J. Happy Friday, happy Good Friday at that. So let's finish up this three-part series. Today we're going to be talking about true obedience is actually what leads to your destiny. So, you guys, let's talk about the kind of obedience that feels pointless to you. Like you prayed about a thing and you've been waiting and waiting and waiting and you still don't see that thing in that situation shift. And you talk about it and you pray about it and you talk to other people about it, and you're like, but I still don't see a shift. I see everyone else out here winning. What about me? I feel lost. I feel forgotten. I feel like I don't know how much longer I can wait. Is that you? If that's you, I got a good word for you today. So, today we're talking about Naaman and his seven dips. I'm coming from 2 Kings 5, verse 1 through 15. Now, Naaman was respected back in the day. He was respected. He was a powerful military leader. But y'all know he had leprosy, okay? And then he has leprosy. He's a powerful leader. He hears from one of the servants, and she says to him, there's a prophet in Israel that can heal you. And they go to Israel. He goes, and the prophet, of course, was Elijah. But this is the thing, Elijah, let me get my comments up here. Elijah did not even come to the door. So he had, now imagine this, Naaman had hoisted up. He's like, okay, I'm going to go get this healing. I've waited. I've prayed. It is my turn. I want you to see yourself in this story. It is my turn. So he gathers all his things, goes for his healing. It's like, can you imagine, you've lived with this for so long, and the anticipation going to the place where you know you're going to get healed. You're knowing in your heart and soul you're going to get healed. And you get there, and the person that you're there to see doesn't come to the door. And it's like, wait a minute. Listen, I'm a leader. I'm not, what do you mean you're not coming to the door? You're just sending a message by someone, right? What was the message? The message was, go dip in the Jordan River 7 times. How many times, y'all? Type down at the bottom. Type in the chat. 7 times. Go dip in the Jordan River 7 times. Okay. In all honesty, Naaman was offended. He's like, I came all this way. I knew I was going to get healed, but this is a performance that y'all are giving me. Like, what are we doing? So anyway, he's like, well, I guess I got to do what I got to do. Let me go ahead and obey. So he humbles himself. He goes to the Jordan River. He dips himself in the river. Nothing happens. Now remember, he was told, dip yourself 7 times. He dips himself a second time. Nothing happens. He dips himself a third time. Nothing happens. How long have you been waiting on your thing? How many months? How many times have you thought, I don't know? Like, he dips himself a fourth time. Nothing happens. He dips himself in the Jordan River 5 times. He dips himself in the Jordan River 6 times. But how many times was he told to dip himself in the river? He dipped himself in the river the 7th time, and that's when he was healed. Y'all, what if he had given up on that first time? What if he had given up on that second? What if he had given up on that 5th time and it's like, this is a mess right here. This is not working. I done traveled all this way. You didn't come to the door. You want to send a message. Now you want me to go over here and do, like, this is not making sense to me. Are you in a space in your life, in your prayer life, in your business, in your journey, where it's what you're praying for is not in front of you and it's just not making sense? How many times have you dipped yourself? Right? On the 7th time, he got healed. This is what happened. It was his obedience. It was his obedience to keep going. When it didn't make sense, when it didn't feel like the instruction he was given was real, like it's spiritual, when it didn't seem like it was going to be effective, God wasn't asking for the way, he wasn't asking for it in the way that Naaman wanted it. He was asking for it in a way that he wanted it. So I want you to look at your life. Are you expecting, have you prayed for something and you're wanting it to look the way that you want it to look instead of the way that God is going to give it to you? Right? Do you feel like Naaman right now? Like you're putting in, you're posting with purpose. You are launching what God told you to do. You're praying over your business. You feel like you're doing all the things, but it hasn't worked. It's not working. I have been in that season before. Like for real. I have been in that season and I'm like, is this where you told me to do this? I'm doing this, I'm doing this. It just feels like when. So I get it. I get it. But how many times have you dipped? That's my question for you. How many times have you dipped? Like your breakthrough, you've dipped 3 times, your breakthrough isn't here yet. You've dipped 4 times, your breakthrough isn't here yet. Are you willing to wait long enough to where you've dipped 7 times? Okay? Are you? That's the question I want you to ask yourself. Obedience isn't Obedience is planting. Obedience is doing what God is telling you to do. It's not picking when you want to start and when you want to stop. Just because it's silent doesn't mean that you're not still on the path. Just because you're not hearing his voice anymore. He said what he said. He said what he said already. You just have to keep going and doing the thing. You're not stuck. You're being tested. Like legit, you're being tested. Okay? So Naaman, maybe yours isn't healing, maybe it is, but I'll say this: Naaman almost forfeited his healing, not because God had changed the plan, but because he didn't like the method and he didn't like God's timeline. So I want you to ask yourself right now, could I be getting ready to forfeit the plan that God has over my life? The overflow and abundance that he has for me, the land that he's taking me to. Could I be forgetting before you saw this video? Could you be forgetting? I want you to ask yourself right now, could I be forgetting the promise because it's taken too long, because I haven't dipped enough times? What could you be forfeiting? Think about that for a minute. What might you be forfeiting? Hmm? I want you to journal about that. If you've been consistent and discouraged, I want you to take a moment to ask yourself, what dip am I on? What dip am I on? And I want you to say, I'll trust God enough to finish the process. And when I don't see the payoff yet. Y'all, happy Good Friday. I'll see y'all next week. My computer is not letting me end this video because it is trying to, there we go. Bye, you guys. He doesn't want my perfection. He wants my obedience. And I'm here showing up obedient. Have a good weekend.